tell you one incident. As soon as I, you know, reached Delhi when we were shifted, and as soon as I get off the train, I've seen that one thief was running, and after that, one lady was. So that was my first scene in Delhi and my
All
first
right.
experience. Oh, what do we say? That first impression is the last impression. So that was my first impression for Delhi.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, Sunil. I'm good. What about you?
Yes, I'm also good. How is it going?
Yes, all going well. I was just waiting for your call and we decided it earlier, but yes, it's really chilly these days. And last time it was like the power went off and I couldn't make it. But yes, today I am with my heater.
Oh, amazing. So, what's the temperature there?
I'm not sure, but it must be 1 or 2 degrees Celsius.
Oh, I'm amazed to know this. And I think
Uh-huh.
you are completely used to it, aren't you?
No, not used to it, but still we are managing. And we have been, curled up since morning, and it's been raining since last evening. So you could imagine how chilly it must be here.
Right. Even in Delhi, it has been raining since yesterday, yes.
Hmm. But I'm sure that it is not that chilly as compared to our place.
Obviously, it is not this much cold, yes. Here, the
Right,
weather
right.
is bearable. I think when it comes
Mhm.
to, if I'm not wrong, you must be from UK, Uttarakhand.
Yes, yes, yes.
So there, the weather is always very cold.
Hmm. Or you can say that since morning I've seen 10 kinds of weather. Sometimes sunny, sometimes windy, sometimes really chilly, raining. So 10 kinds of weather I've seen since morning. And the weather is so volatile, so that is why we are also prone to cold, cough.
Absolutely, yes. And in
Mm.
this weather, it is easy that we can catch a cold. So we have to
Yes.
be
Mm.
cautious that we should wear warm clothes. But
Hmm.
I am surprised to know that you said you are not used to it. But
Mm,
why
because
every
I've
year it happens?
Yes, because I've recently shifted to my village. I shifted in the month of April this year. So that is why I'm not used to it. Earlier than this, I was living in Dehradun, like in city, but now we have permanently shifted to village. So slowly and slowly I'm getting used to it, but yes, not till now.
All right. So will it be impolite to ask you why you
Mhm.
have come to that particular village or place?
Yes, I would love to share that because we have been to cities since the time I was born. I've been to many places. My father was an army, and with him, we also, went wherever he was posted. So I never thought that I would shift to a village in my future, but then the circumstances were like that it is quite prominent that everyone can notice that there is a lot of adulteration in the market and cities. Everything is adulterated with chemicals, loaded with chemicals. And when my kids were born, it was really difficult to digest that we are feeding these chemicals to our kids when we have other good option and the best option that we can move back to village and have organic food, organic atmosphere, pure wind and pure air and water, everything is there. It's just that you need to compromise a bit with facilities. So yes, then we made this wise decision. It was our mutual decision. My husband and I decided that let's go back to our village and we'll live there only. We'll have this organic atmosphere, organic food, and our kids will also grow in a good atmosphere with joint family. Everything will be good. So I think that decision was worth it. We are feeling really content living in village. And yes, we have to little compromise with studies, their studies, but still we're managing. We can teach them at home. So yes, we're fine with it. It's better than city.
Yes, that sounds amazing.
Hmm.
But I would say you have to make a lot of sacrifices for that. One hand, if you want authenticity, on the other hand, you are going to lose so many things. It means, as you already mentioned, that when it comes to education, so children might be deprived of better education. What do you think?
Yes, but in my case, my kids are little privileged because everyone in our family are well educated. So that is why they are little privileged. So we are teaching them at our home itself, and they are going to school as well. So little from there, little from here. So they are just doing it.
All right. But somewhere still, I feel that a school can shape that child's career very well,
Hmm.
which we can't do it. If you are at home, that your child might be comfy with you, and he knows that my mother is not very strict, or she knows my mother is not very strict. But when it comes to teachers, they see everyone equally.
Hmm.
Then when they feel that okay, now I need to beat, they would beat. If they need to adore them, they would also do the same. What about you?
Right.
Are you strict or are you lenient?
I am strict sometimes and lenient when I'm over strict sometimes because because my kids are my top priority. I love them a lot, so we have to be lenient sometimes, even when we are very frustrated. We have to show that leniency to them, right?
Yeah,
So
I
that's
like
how.
it.
And the thing that you spoke about education. So I feel that in cities also or in private schools, the education that they are providing is of no use in future. But the values, the principles that we are providing that at home, that will help them in future and will help us also because they will be able to create that bond with us. And the other things that they'll learn all those things gradually, like subjects and all, it will be learned gradually.
Right. And do you want your children to make their career in government sectors, or are they into any sports?
Nothing as such, they are quite young now, so I just want them to be good human being. Nothing as such I have decided, but yes, whatever they like to do. I feel that there is a lot of scope in agriculture as well in near future because as I already told you, everything is adulterated, loaded with chemicals. So organic agriculture would have a good scope in future. It still have a good scope. So I want my kids to be happy, and I think we can make a good living in our village as well, so they can also do the same in future. I don't want them to move to cities. I want them to do something great in their village itself.
That is the most amazing thing to have in life, because wherever you are, you just need to do something for the betterment of that area. And I have seen
Right.
so many people, in order to make a fortune, we just move from one place to another. Most of the villagers, they do come to cities in order to get better opportunities. But you are the person that you would like yourself to be there and your children to be there, so that you people can do better things there.
Yes, we have reverse migrated, but because we have realized the importance of village, right?
Absolutely.
So sooner or later they'll also realize and they'll also reverse migrate.
Right. And when it comes to hilly areas, I'm always afraid of mountains because of the slope, because of the road. It's very tough. And a person, especially from Delhi, being a Delhiite, that I can't really survive there. Sometimes I felt there that when it comes to walking, because a person who is full of pollution, or the ambience is always polluted, if you go to any pure atmosphere, so sometimes you are not able to cope with that. What
Mm.
about you then? When you ever come to cities, wherever you come, how do you feel then?
Yeah, well, honestly speaking, I don't like Delhi at all because of pollution and this crowd, because it is already crowded and the population as well. Like, I don't like anything in Delhi. So even when my father was posted in Delhi once, then also I never pursued my education from there. Like, I've done my MBA from Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh, and that time my father was already posted in Delhi. So I choose not to pursue my education from there.
All right. No, I
Mm.
appreciate your point of view for Delhi. But if you come to Delhi, if you try not to watch Delhi from news channels, I guarantee that you would certainly fall in love with Delhi. There are so many things that you would love to explore. Talking about the market, talking about the culture, talking about
Mhm.
the people of Delhi, they are amazing, I feel. Because it is believed that a rotten apple spoils the barrel.
Mhm.
Whatever you watch from television, through television, then we always create the bad impact in us. Okay, I don't want to go to Delhi because Delhi is considered the most unsafe city in India. This is one of the things. Second, yes, you are absolutely correct. It is really very crowded. Sometimes I
Hmm.
don't like it.
Because I'm also someone who likes peace, peaceful environment. So that is why I like villages. And Delhi is far from it, far from peacefulness, I must say. And
Right, right.
I tell you one incident. As soon as I, you know, reached Delhi when we were shifted. And as soon as I get off the train, I've seen that one thief was running, and after that, one lady was. So that was my first scene in Delhi and my
All
first
right.
experience. Oh, what do we say? That first impression is the last impression. So that was my first impression for Delhi. And later on, again, when I was coming back from my college to Delhi at my home, so there also, I used to travel by Shatabdi Express, Shatabdi. So it used to take around 3 hours to reach Delhi from Gwalior. And that day, my train got late for some reasons, maybe because of some weather conditions. So it got late, and we reached Delhi around 12:30. And my father was waiting for me there. He was there to receive me. And that time, there were no cabs, nothing to go back to our home. And our home was too far away from that railway station. So luckily we got an auto rickshaw there. But there also, when we reached that auto rickshaw and when we drove in that auto rickshaw, there was a bike and two boys were on that bike and they were continuously chasing us. So that was also one of the horrible incident that I've faced in Delhi. So
Hmm.
there are many. So that is why I don't like it. It depends on your experiences, right?
Absolutely. Somewhere you will get to see all these activities, unlawful activities.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I talk about my area is infamous. Every second day or even every day, you will get to hear people are murdered on a regular basis. So I do
Reg-
live at
regular
Jahangirpuri,
basis.
Delhi.
So don't you feel scared?
Now I would say I'm
Mm-hmm.
used to living here, so I don't find anything strange. I know that who is going to do this. I know I inside out. I know these people.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, do you believe in self-defense? Have you ever done any kind of, or have you ever gained any kind of skills so that you could defend yourself whenever you face such activities?
I have been fortunate enough. Nothing has happened so far. If it happens in the future, so I think I'm strong enough to manage things. If and I know that nothing is going to happen. Sometimes, if you are not a Delhiite, people can easily judge you. They can
Hmm.
easily sense, okay, that person is not a local person. When you are not the local, then it is a problem for you. Otherwise, there is no problem. Same goes
Hmm.
with your area. Even when I would also like to share one of the incidents that I faced during G20 summit. I happened to go to Vaishno Temple with my family. So my experience was so terrible that point of time because the local people really don't treat very well. They know that they are superior to the people, those who are tourists.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I would say they were really impolite to us, or we were looted. And for everything, it was completely a daylight robbery. If we wanted to buy walnut, if we wanted to buy anything, you know what happened? The most despicable thing I found that point of time was they showed us something and they wanted to sell us something else. So my brother was like wise enough and he understood that they showed something and they were selling. Then we
Hmm.
denied, and these people were ready to pick a fight. Every place it happens, I guess.
Hmm. Yes, there would be some or the other people who would do these kind of misleading activities. But
Right.
then there is other group of people who would be innocent and who would welcome you wholeheartedly in their place,
Absolutely.
right?
Yes,
Hmm.
yes. So that's why I was saying that in Delhi, people are also welcoming. So
Hmm.
they are everywhere.
Right, right.
All right.
So yes, I'm going to visit Delhi soon with my kids because I want them to see Delhi. I've already been to Delhi and seen many places like Qutub Minar, then Lotus Temple, all the famous places. So I want them to see all those. So probably we'll come to Delhi in the month of April next year. That is, I
Okay.
think, quite a good month to travel, right? In Delhi.
In
The weather
April.
is nice. Yes, yes.
In April, I think the weather is going to be scorching. You must come there between Fab and
Mm-hmm.
March. So
Okay.
yes, in
Okay.
April,
Then.
because I know that that point of time, it's the weather is going to be unbearable.
Mm-hmm.
You are certainly going to sweat a lot.
Okay. Then we should plan for February and March only. Thanks for the
Right.
suggestion.
You must come there and you will really enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and as you said that your father was into army, if if you come from this type of family background, you people have to stay in different places in different states. So which state has been very close to you and you really enjoyed living there?
Every place has its own unique beauty and uniqueness because I've made many friends wherever I went. But Patiala, Punjab was one of the best places I've been to because there I've made such friends that I have still connected to. So that is why it's the best place for me. And school was also very nice. Like I have been studying in KV schools only, Kendra Vidyalayas, during my schooling. So the KV that I found in Patiala was one of the best KVs I've ever studied in. So that is why it is close to my heart.
Amazing. Before getting married, did you have any plans to work somewhere? Were you passionate about anything?
Yes, I was working in an IT company in Gurgaon as
Oh,
HR. So I was already working, but then when I had my kids, I had to leave my job. Like every women
right.
are doing this. So that is why I had to leave my job. But still, I cannot think of 9 to 5 jobs because our situation doesn't allow. That is why I decided to work from home and I decided to take up online classes only.
Right. And earlier you were in Gurugram too. Now you are completely in a different place. So did you work in Gurugram before you got married, or after, or like at the same time when you were married, you were working in the same place when it happened?
Yes, before marriage, I was working in Noida. And after marriage, because my husband was working in Gurgaon, so I also looked for job in Gurgaon only. And there I got placed in a company. So
Hmm.
we were working like close to each other.
Right. Even these days, people love working from home. So have you not ever thought of it? You are very good at communication skills, so you have more opportunities. That's how you will learn and you will also earn.
Hmm. Yes, I am working from home. I'm providing online classes to beginners in spoken English. So I'm already doing that, but I am going to keep a break in between because my kids, this winter holidays are about to begin. So they'll not allow me to take classes. So it would be a winter holiday for me as well. And after that, I'll again take up the classes, online classes.
Right. So you are into teaching as well. What is the most challenging thing you feel, and what is the most common error you come across, and most of the beginners make it?
Hmm. So for beginners, the most challenging thing I find as a trainer is when they know nothing about English, when they are completely fresher. That is something challenging because you have to teach them from the scratch. So that's what is challenging, and they feel hesitant, they feel apprehensive of speaking. So you need to make them comfortable first. You need to bring that confidence in themselves so that they could speak something, because mistakes are something that is inevitable and that is going to happen.
Right.
Even I also make mistakes.
Right.
So that is why it's natural. And the common mistake, I would say, common grammar mistake that everybody makes, I guess,
Hmm.
like subject verb agreement, and then this tenses, like using wrong tense at the you know different places. And there are many,
Right.
like articles as well.
Yes. Right.
Mm.
And it is obvious that no one is infallible. Even when I speak somewhere, I feel that okay, it was the slip of my tongue. Sometimes it happens. When I make silly mistakes, honest to God, that point of time I regret a lot. What about you? Do you really recall your mistakes? Are
Mhm.
you Do you feel very bad about it, or you just let it go?
I just let it go because it happens and I don't think about it much. But yes, I feel a little regret, but then I let it go. So
All right.
because today also I think I've made many mistakes while speaking, and it could be because of the cold. I'm shivering a little, and it depends
No,
on your
I'm
mood as well. It
hmm,
happens with me. When I'm really in a good mood, I make less
absolutely
mistakes, and when I'm like like my situation right now, so I'm making more mistakes. So it happens, and it's quite fine. It's quite natural. We also make mistake in Hindi as well. So that is why I've accepted this reality, and I don't feel bad about it anymore.
right. Don't you feel that once we are into teaching, so we have to be very particular about our mistakes? That's how, if teachers do make mistakes, so what's the difference between our student and our teacher? Do you feel something like that? Because I have been into teaching, I make sure that I
Mhm,
would try not to make mistakes, but some mistakes are organic, and from those
mhm.
mistakes we keep learning. What about you, ma'am?
Right. Yes, I feel the same way that we should not make mistakes in front of our students because they'll also pick up the same thing, where whatever mistakes we'll make, right? So while teaching my students in my classes, I make sure not to make any mistakes. And if I make any mistake and I instantly recognize that, so I correct it then and there. And I also apologize for that, and then I correct it so that they wouldn't pick it up the wrong way. So that's what I do. But here, while having conversation, we cannot correct ourselves every time we make mistakes. So that is fine. But in classes, I do correct myself if I have that slip of tongue sometimes.
Right. I would say that yes, this is one of the traits of a teacher. When we make mistakes, we should accept that.
Right, right.
All right. So I really enjoyed talking to you. It was such a beautiful conversation. I did not think that it would go like that. At the beginning, I had some problems. I thought, let's skip it, but somewhere I needed it.
Yes, it was a candid and unfiltered conversation. I really enjoyed it, and it is always a pleasure to talk to you, and I'm looking forward to more conversations with you.
Sure, ma'am. Sure. Okay. Take care. Bye.
Okay, bye. Good night.